Hello, I'm Hack. This is Glassface. I'm going to make a how-to play video down below, so let me just do a really quick, explanation of what the game is and then talk a little bit about the project. So the game will be 64 cards of people's faces, 8 of each number 1 through 8, and then there will be dice, 3 dice per person. Probably 4. If we can raise a lot of money, I can add one more player maybe. It is a little bit expensive for dice. And you have 1 through 3 on the dice. Basically you're rolling dice to take numbers on the card. And if it's like set collecting and speed and rolling. It's very fun, and there's another version where you're stealing from each other. So the first version, it's open, you can see what's available. And you're set collecting. If you have the most of one number, you get that number, so that's the key. But the second version, which is the robber version, you're stealing from people next to you, and it gets very crazy and enjoyable. And there's some other versions too. Okay, so you can watch below and see what the game is, if you're still interested. Okay, now let me just talk about the project and why I'm doing this. This project, I started the game using numbers numbered cards from another game I did called Eight the Liar. And I was, right before my game club, I teach high school game club, and right before the club I had this idea, because I have a lot of these dice. I've used them in a bunch. I have like 3 or 4 games that use these dice. So I had a bag right there, and I was like, oh, how could you do a speed game with dice? I wanted to do a few more dice games. I don't have many. I mostly do very small card games. So when we were playing, why did I hold these up? I don't know. That's not it. Okay, so I played it with the kids with numbers 1 through 8 and did the dice. And as soon as I played, I'm like, wow, this game is interesting. I hope it's not already a game. And I looked around and I didn't see anything like this. And they're similar, but not really. And the hook that I have, and I think a game is always important to have a hook, and that is the rolling. If you roll a 9, 3, 3, 3, you're frozen. And to roll a 9, you're going for the high numbers, which are the most value in the game, so you're taking risk. And I think that's the hook, and I think that people will see that. So when I was playing the game, when I was playtesting the game in Taipei, I was playing with some other designers, and I said, hey, it would be funny if your face was on the card, because when you're playing, you're slapping it, try to get it before the other person. I was like joking, because he kept stealing my card. I'm like, I wish your face was on the card. And then I just got the idea, and then I asked all my friends if they wanted to be on the demo version. I had to make a prototype version, and I made it, and I've been working on it. And I'm like, I'm ready to get this out. And what's cool is I could make the game with these 8 people, and there would be 8 cards of each person. But what's cool with Kickstarter is I can include you. I can get 64 people in this game. How fun would it be to be in a game? Like, I just thought, wow, that would be cool. And make it as cheap as I can. And you can buy the game, you can pull it out at a party and be like, you recognize anybody there? And it's a fun game. It's a very, very light game. Like I say, you can play it in 10 minutes. And most likely you'll probably want to play the other version as well. Every time I play, we play the original version, and then I play the robber version right after that. And I always ask, which one they prefer. So that's it. I would appreciate your participation in this project. It's not just a game, it's a project. And I'm going to be doing a lot of other things. Like, I have some small games to include. I'll have a lot of add-ons, my previous games. And feel free to message me about anything. I'm here, and this is what I do. So thank you, and later.